The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and I'm thrilled about today's guest. So, our featured author today has been a storyteller for as long as she can remember, and as a child, she would invent imaginative tales to entertain her four younger sisters. So, these are stories so vivid that by the age of 7, she had already begun writing them down. That early spark grew into a lifelong love of storytelling. Today, she channels that same creativity into her writing, crafting heartfelt stories that capture family, connection, and the colorful threads that bind people together. And when she's not writing, she expresses her creativity through painting and quilting, always finding new ways to bring stories and art to life. Let us welcome the author of Famliy Colors. Please welcome Cece Hoffman and her very supportive husband, Tom. Hi, you guys. How are you? Thank you for joining us here
Hi.
today. Hello. So, Cece, I actually have this title here called Famliy Colors over here. So, can you tell us what this book is about?
It's about a young woman who's an art therapist, and she loses her job because of the budget cuts. And so she's looking for a position somewhere, and she finds in the newspaper an article thing about an advertisement for a nanny slash therapist, and that fit her perfectly. So she went through the interview and she was hired on the spot. And the little girl that she was to care for was a little Vietnamese girl who had been adopted by her mother, but her mother had passed in a car crash. And so her uncle was raising her, and he sure didn't know what to do with kids. So that's what it's about, is how she goes through the process of healing the little girl.
Mhm.
In the time she does, she falls in love with the uncle.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I am actually really intrigued by the drama, the journey. I still want to know more about it. So, by the way, who or what inspired you to write this book? Like, is this based on real events, or are they entirely fictional?
They're all fiction,
Mm-hmm.
and what prompted me to do it was I needed a senior project for I was an older college student, and I needed a senior project, so I couldn't think of anything. And then I
Mm-hmm.
thought, well, I can write pretty good, and so I sat down and wrote Famliy Colors.
I love that. I'm also a writer, by the way. So I also write this stuff, these stories, and post them on Amazon. Not Amazon, I'm sorry, on Facebook. I
Love
write
it.
them on Facebook, and I love when my friends or my followers say, "Did you write this? It's like from a novel. It's like a novel." Yeah, I just wrote that. So when I get bored, I write. So. I also love how you tell your story, so I can get to relate to that as well. So, Cece, when did you realize that you wanted to be a writer?
Well, I didn't realize I was wanted to be a writer. I just wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was so little when I started, and so I just thought, well, I can write. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't consider myself an author until recently. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got my book published, and so I guess I realize it now, and I want to write more. And I actually am writing
Mm-hmm.
another one right now. So
Mm. So by the way, for all our viewers out there, Cece Hoffman right here. So we're talking about this book called Famliy Colors, but she is also a novel of other books, which is going to talk about later. So she has a lot of books. So if you're going to check her out, go check Cece Hoffman on Amazon, and you'll get to find her other books as well. So try to check which story you want to get to know more there. So She has very interesting stories, such as this one, Family Colors. So, Cece, I just have a one fun question for you. And what do you think makes a really good story?
Well, it has to have a powerful start so that people get interested. And
Mm-hmm.
then, and the other thing is a powerful ending.
Mm-hmm.
What I do, I don't write notes or make a outline or any of that. I write the beginning and the end, and
Mm-hmm.
then I work from the beginning to the end to make it happen. So
Nice.
some people, everybody's different. Some people do
True.
follow outlines and stuff. So and
True. Such
and
as
I make
me.
up names out of the. Actually, sometimes I look in the phone book for a name. Anyway,
I love that. Like looking for a name. Really, which one is which person has a very interesting name? So
yeah,
I
exactly.
love. Me too. I get to find some people, and if I say, "Wait, your name is very interesting," like Clarice with an X, Clarice with an X, and I say, "Can I use that?" So
Yeah.
I also do that. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I, yes, and you also mentioned that some authors actually do outline, which is me. I actually I
that's
actually do
okay.
outline first.
Whatever
Yeah,
works. Mhm,
yeah, whatever works for you. And I also do what you do, like from the start, write them from the start and let the story go until they finish. I
mhm.
love that. And sometimes the challenge of being a writer is how to end it. So it's very difficult as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, so
yeah. I get those
I
two
can relate
things
to that.
over with. Yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. So
Yes. And by the way, since you have been a writer, from how many years ago since you were a child. So what inspired you to start writing,
I
and how did you develop this passion?
I just had stories to tell.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty vivid imagination, evidently, and I had to take care of my little sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and so they loved it when I told stories, and so at the
Yes.
time, I thought, well, they like my stories, but I didn't think I'd ever be published, and I
Mm-hmm.
and now I am. So it's
Yeah,
really
that's really nice. So you
yeah,
already have an author in your family. So
yeah,
I believe they're very proud of that. You know what? I can also relate when I have my nephews when they were so young, and my older sister was also a writer, but she was busy writing her, I don't know, maybe her books or some articles, and she just said, no, you ask you ask your uncle. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. My microphone is going
no,
out. So
you're good.
uh, you go ask your uncle for a story, and I tell them stories every night, and it's going to be very different. And I just tell the story on the spot. So
See,
I just
yeah,
use the imagination.
that's like
So
me. I just
You did
do
that
it.
with our kids too.
I did it with
yeah,
my children as well as they were growing up, and I tried to instill an interest in reading to them.
true,
And
true.
my
Yes,
children's books that I have here for middle grade kids, they are supposed to make kids want to read. So that's the way I have written them.
yes. So for all our viewers out there, if you have listened to what Tissy just said, if you want to be a writer, you read, because yes, reading a lot will actually help you. Just create more imagination. You strengthen the
Mhm.
imagination, and will help you to actually tell more stories.
Yeah,
So yeah, it actually works. It works.
it does.
And Cece, I believe you are an author of 5 books, and I
Yes,
just want to ask: are you a meticulous planner, or do you prefer to let the story evolve as you write?
I just let it go. And it
Yeah, I
happens.
love that.
And keep thinking what could happen next, and then what could
Mm-hmm.
happen next, and I just keep doing it until. And sometimes I write too much,
Mm-hmm. Me
so
too.
that's a problem too.
Me too. I think that that's a common problem for all of those authors who have a lot of imagination, and they want to actually put everything in there,
Mhm.
and which is actually fun for readers like me as well, I want to know more about, okay, when does this story go? And then I expect something to happen, and then a different thing will happen. So that's actually very fun to read. Uh, As an author, by the way, are there any authors or books that have had significant impact in your writing journey or writing style?
Uh, Stephen King, I like the way he
Me
writes.
too.
Amy Tan, I love her writing. Uh, Gosh, there's so many I can't think of them. But
Dean
I
Koontz.
oh yeah, Dean Koontz. I also by reading learned how to do the grammar and the how
Mm-hmm.
to make quotations for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it really helped me to do that.
You know what? When you said Stephen King, I'm already sold because he is my favorite author.
Oh man, he
Yeah,
scares me.
yeah. A lot of the stories that I read, I'm like, this is so dark and this is so
I
evil. I can
know.
actually feel. So
And then you see him and you're like, well, he doesn't look evil.
yeah, it doesn't work evil. And sometimes because the first book that I got from him was Skeleton Crew, like short
Oh,
stories. And
yeah,
in the backside, he actually tells how he got the inspiration from those. So he just travel around, read, and
yeah,
just put all the information there.
yeah.
So
I learned from that too.
I
And
learned
see,
from that too. Yeah.
if
I can
somebody's ever around me, be careful what you say or do because it might end up in one of my books.
true.
I have to warn them in advance.
I can imagine you both like you, Cece, and Tom like going somewhere, and then you, Cece, is just like observing people, and you're like, this person is really good. I might write this one in my story.
Yeah, I do. And
Yeah,
how they dress and how they talk, all that.
true. How they talk, how they. I love that. I love that. Because I also do that as well. So I imagine you for that. Having the flow of the story right there.
Because I don't talk a lot. I just pay attention. And he doesn't
Yes.
even see half of the things that I see.
Yeah. Good
Later,
for
when
us introverts. Yeah. We have this talent of observing
we're just
people.
like a sponge.
Yeah. So, by the way, your work spans different genres. How do you navigate these genre boundaries? And do you have a favorite thing to write in?
Actually, I don't think about the genre when I begin.
Mm.
My second, Family Colors was my very first novel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I wrote The Cat's Corner, which is also a woman's story.
Mm-hmm.
And Cat's Corner, I added suspense and mystery, which is not in Family Colors. So
Mm-hmm.
it's different. And same thing. I wrote the beginning and the end. And once I had that figured out, I just wrote it. He can't believe it. I'll say, I'm going to go in and write for a while. He'll come in and read like 5 chapters and say, how did you do
Mm-hmm.
that? Just do it.
True.
I'll give you
True.
an
There's.
example.
Yeah, he was.
In college, we had to write papers, and sometimes they'd be 50
Mm-hmm.
pages long. She'd write hers from the beginning to the end. I
Mm-hmm.
rewrote mine 13 times. She's really a good writer.
It just
It's
comes
like a
out.
journey.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. And you know what? I just read a comment here, and I really love you to hear it. So this one comes from Alani. She said, "I really like the main character. I read the sample pages on Amazon. Time to order a copy."
Oh, great.
Yes, Alani, order one now. It's
It's a
called
good
Family
story.
Colors.
It's a
I
good
love that.
story.
Yes, and also another one here from Young Won Joseph. Your passion for storytelling really comes through in this interview. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, good.
think-
It's good.
yeah,
I do have that.
yes. And by the way, right now, Cece and Tom, I'm going to give the spotlight to you. Can you tell us where we can find your book, and if you have other projects that you're currently working on, and also the other books you can also show us and where to find them as well.
Okay. All right. This is my husband and co-author,
All
Tom.
right.
He
Mhm.
edits my books for me. Um, of course, there's Family Colors, which I have right here. And Cat's Corner is, this is the mystery suspense.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an interesting character in there that has feathers.
Feathers.
With
The bird.
feathers.
And my children's Tobin's Ticket to Adventure. What am I doing?
Mhm.
I'm pulling it up
Oh.
because you're getting a
Yeah.
reflection.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a trilogy of 3 stories. This is the second book, Seeking the Royal Treasure. And this is the third book, Appointing a New King.
Mhm.
And these stories, my son's name is Tobin.
Mhm.
And he was grown up when I wrote these stories, and he loves them because there is an adventure in every chapter. I write each chapter in this case. Each chapter is a story unto itself, but it leads into the next chapter. So once the kids read that, they want to keep reading.
Wow.
And I also have words that are larger than they probably know, and I have I describe what it means in the book so they can learn new vocabulary. And it's perfect
Right.
for parents to read at night because the chapters are not very long, but they're long enough to get excited about it. And I'm right now I'm writing another woman's romance.
Mhm.
I'm working on it. It's about a teacher who
Mhm.
passes out in front of her 4th grade class, and she wakes up in the hospital, and she all of a sudden has, what is that called?
Amnesia.
No, not amnesia. She can tell things
Oh,
about.
she's psychic.
Yeah, she's psychic.
Ah.
Yeah, so and
Okay.
she meets a psychic, and they get together. It's kind of interesting. I don't know
Very
how.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so still working that through, and they're all available at Amazon
Mhm.
and Barnes and Noble, and on my webpage,
Mhm.
CC Surprise Books with an S.com.
Love that. So for all our viewers out there, once again, you can get all CC Hoffman's book, especially Family Colors right here. I'm available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. You can also get the book at www.ccsurprisebooks.com. And you know what, CC, I just have to tell you, I'm excited. I want to have, I'm so interested about Family Colors and that other book, Cat Surprise. What was that? Cat Surprise?
Cat's Corner. And it's
Cat's
not about.
Corner. I love that. The cover. I love that.
Yeah, me too. The main character's name is Catherine, and her name is
Mhm.
Cat. So it's not about
Love that.
cats. It's about her.
About Catherine. Love that. I'm going to get to know more about this book. So once again, guys, get the books. Search for CC Hoffman. Her books are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And don't forget to visit www.ccsurprisebooks.com. So that's CECE surprise and then books books.com. Again, www.ccsurprisebooks.com. Cece and Tom, it has been an awesome time with you here at Readers Magnet. Thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. And guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.
Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
Awesome.